who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Since then, there's been no sightings of Jack or Lilly, and we have no idea where they are. Many theories are still out there. Did they walk away? Or is there something else that could taken place? A lot to talk about in this live stream. Stick around.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curves, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is not November, December 4th, 2025. It is currently 11:53 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Boy. It's Sarah's birthday. Oh my gourd. It is Sarah's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah Jane. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Oh, Lord. Happy birthday, darling. May your year be as fucking fabulous as you are. How you doing, girl? Good to see everyone in chat for the Insomniac edition. Who do we got in here? Where the wind blows, West Virginia, holla, girl. Ain't no holla back, girl. Sharon, good to see you. Shelby, forget me not. Julius, how you doing? In uh, in am I saying right? Demit Tremendez. Am I saying that right? Lovely's house. God, I gotta get I gotta get new prescriptions or something. Jonah, good to see you. Kristen, hello. Michelle, Shelby, good to see you. Miss Klinger, Mama Dukes, how you doing? There's the wild angel Roxy, how you doing? Marie, Wolfie, Melissa, Tina, Retro. Is there a Charmaine in the chat? Oh my gosh, I am supposed to meet you. OMG. Forget me not. How the hell could I? Bonaboo, good to see you. Jamie, Shelby, Tina, lovely house. Thank you, beautiful pearls. I took tomorrow off. I'm a bad girl. No, you're not. Beverly Street, Chihuahua. How you doing, baby? Good to see you. And we got Mama Dukes, Sharon, Anna, Banana, Kristen, Tina, Diesel, Anna Banana. Let's see here. Loves from Spunky. Who else we got? Stormy, how you doing? Jamie Johnson, Beverly Street Chihuahua. We love a Beverly Street Chihuahua. Klinger, Wano, Tina, Retro, Horses, horse going wild. Almost at house. Forget me not. Southern girl. BA Ladybug. How you doing? Good to see everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Oh, you're very sweet, Marie. Good to see you, love. Thank you, Leslie. Always keeping it real. Guys, do me a favor before we get started on this late night edition. Will you do me a favor and please hit that thumbs up button? Would be so thankful. Would mean so much to me. Really, really would. Hit that thumbs up. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Welcome, everyone. All right. What was that, Justin? Have you ever thought about doing voiceover work? Nobody would. My voice is, ooh. It sounds like cats mating on a hot tin roof. I cannot stand to listen to myself. If there was one thing I could change about myself, and I'm thankful to God that I have a voice, don't get me wrong, but it would be my voice. Mm-mm. 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 I mean, it sounds like gay cats mating on a hot tin roof. It really does. Anywho, it is what it is. I'd hire you to do my audiobooks. I might be okay to do like self-help books, maybe. People say my voice is soothing, but I don't know about that. That your voice reminds me of my high school crush. Oh, Kathy, maybe I was your high school crush and you didn't know it. Listen, I was with the girls in high school. Was that ever? Um, thank you, Leslie. You have a great voice. I hate my voice. I sound like a redneck and also Canadian twang. I don't announce my words. You don't enunciate your words well. Neither do I. Neither do I. But most people where I live have a very thick accent, and I've always tried to watch it. My accent. I still have a southern accent. You can still hear it, but nothing like most people around me. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, thank you. Thank you, babes. I heard Malaya is in the hospital. Is that true? Am I Canadian? No. I'm as American as apple pie. I do great in wash a spinner. Yeah, wash a spinner. I sound like I have a mouthful of um you guys are sweet. You guys are sweet. No, so it's snowing here, terrible. It's bad. It got bad very quickly here. Like 2 hours ago there was nothing. Now there is a lot of snow. Why is Melly in the hospital for? I don't know why she's in the hospital. Uh, maybe she had, I don't know. God, I don't know. Does anyone does it, like treatment, rehab? They try to make me go to rehab. Um, I have no idea. I have no idea. I'll find out, but I have no idea right now. Holy, my dad was diagnosed with Lyme disease this week. So I was, oh, Sarah, how long has he had it? How long does he think he's had it? That's the question. Monica, I can see that. Mental health, I can see that. And listen, I don't want to see anyone struggle, mental health or otherwise. It's Meadow's birthday. But you guys know how I say like they live in a prison inside. I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. There's just nothing that could convince me personally that they don't know more. I think probably just this year. I don't want to hijack the stream, but if you need, oh yeah, Sarah, text me, honey. Thank you, Zach. Good to see you. And so I mean, like I said, I don't want to see anyone struggle, but the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. And when you are free indeed. And you know, people that has these big weights on their heart for knowing these real secrets, right? Secrets make you sick. They really do. And you know, I think that's probably why she's been drinking, trying to forget about it. And that's just my opinion. And you know, but whatever it is, whatever it is, I hope it gets better for her. Unless she knows something and doesn't say until she says it. it's going to irritate the living shit out of her. It's bad enough that they're missing. You know what I mean? It's bad enough that they're missing, but they don't deserve to be wherever they're at right now. I mean, I lose sleep over this case. I can't imagine being a parent. And there's times in our life, for whatever reason, we look back on it and we like, what was I thinking? All of us, every single one of us. How you treated someone, what you did, or whatever. But I get that with when it comes to, you know, relationships and all that. But I don't see how someone lets another treat their kids like that. And to be honest with you, I don't think she was a great mother while she was with Daniel. I really don't like to judge parents unless you are shitty, just like plain out shitty. Because I truly believe most of us are doing the best we can with the knowledge and the wisdom that we have currently in this given time. But then there are just times that people don't care. And it's usually because of drugs or mental health. Well, so has Malaya's brother's ex-girlfriend. She says that Malaya was not good to him. Which is very interesting, right? Because everyone in this case who, the family or friends or anyone that I've talked to, the only one that I 100% believe everything is Belinda. That's it. And Belinda says she was a good mom at one point, right? Was a really, really good mom. And parenting's hard. It's ups and downs and round and round. But we are usually, pretty consistent as parents, from our day to day, how we treat other ones in our home. But the only thing that I can think that would change that is drugs or mental health. Oh, Connie, she's been drinking. She's been drinking. Going out to the bars with her man. All that. Mental hospital currently. Yeah. Someone said it was Meadow's birthday today. And me too, Zach. I would give anything. I would give anything to have Jack and Lilly and Found and Summer and Sebastian and Michael Vaughn, right? So I would give my next teen Christmases to have those. booze is a depressant. Yeah, yeah. When anytime there is an addiction, people are chasing a way of feeling, right? Chasing a way of feeling. There's a reason mental health and addiction go hand in hand, right? We are self-medicating ourselves, right? And so we self-medicate not only with drugs, but with many different whether it's food, sex, attention, whatever it is, it would Lovely's house. How do I keep bouncing back and forth in these chats? I don't know what you mean. Like, are you going to the other chat and then coming in here? Thank you, Jamie. Good to see you, my friend. So, is it Meadow's birthday? Is it Meadow's birthday? Hey, Mama's the bomb. Good to see you. Let's get it started. No, it just keeps going to 2 different lives. I don't know what you mean by that. 2 different lives? Well, there you go. Today's Meadow's birthday. And are they going to give Meadow back? I think that they'll give Meadow back to her probably before Daniel. But I do believe ultimately both of them will get their parental rights back. I don't agree with it, but they will be much more carefully monitored. You can bet. You can bet that. Hey, Darlene. All right, guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Would be very, very thankful. And share the live out. Become a member of the Pearl family. Appreciate you. Okay. Reading through some of these documents here. Oh, Sarah. Well, no, you don't share the same birthday. I guess it would be you guys are technically a day apart. But pretty close your birthdays are. Do we have any other December birthdays in here right now? Any other December birthdays? I hope either one will get custody. Yeah, but it's Canada. Canada, man, it's like Canadians. The Canadian guy, like they're soft. They are so much more softer than anything else. Oh my God, Herbert family, thank you so much, honey. That is so generous. Really do appreciate. I need to say thank you for all you do. You keep their name out there, and you're compassionate and loving towards the children. You're gonna make me cry. Oh my gosh. Canadian friend, thank you so much, Herbert family. That is very, very, very generous of you. I really do appreciate that so very much. Guys, with this case, I feel like I truly, and that's why I've asked some of you privately, give me topics of this case that you want. Email me, text me, give me topics of particulars on this case that you want, because I feel like I've hit a block, to be just frank with you as a creator with this case. I've got to keep Jack and Lily's name out there. I've got to keep the pressure. I have been on this case. I was the first one on YouTube with Jack and Lily's case because of one of my subscribers in here is local. Oh, wow, Ruth. That's amazing. Happy birthday. And so I've talked about everything that I know to talk about. And sometimes, new things come to me and all that. I mean, there's certain things that I do have that I can't put out, certain recordings and just stuff like that. But as long as you guys can give me topics on this and listen, I'll go for it. Because Jack and Lily are so dear to my heart. Now I'm gonna cry. They really are. Jack, Lily, Sebastian, Summer, Michael Vaughn. Like, and it feels like, these are the cases that has just dragged on. Mama Bear, I've thought about just going back to the beginning and just saying, I always try to go into a case that is pretty objective until I start seeing, I'll note a red flag. There's a red flag. But then I'll see another red flag. And then I'm like, oh, another red flag. There's going to be things that's unanswered, even in cases where parents are completely have nothing to do with, the disappearance of their child's case. They're not going to have anything to do with it. And there's just things that to us that, we won't know. Is Dylan's story similar to Jack and Lily's? Dylan's case, I mean, there's a big conflict in it, right? Oh, thank you so much, Joyous. Thank you, Mama. Appreciate you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Love you, honey. You received one of those pearl necklaces. Make sure you thank our beautiful, beautiful Joyous. Very kind of you, my mamacita. Thank you so very much. And look here. I'm going to gift out 5 memberships myself. There you go. We got 15 new members. How you doing? Make sure you guys thank Miss Joyous if you received one of those pearl necklaces. Dylan Eller's cake. Well, the little boy that went missing in the forest in Canada. God, I can't think of his name right now. Sorry, it's Limes. It's screws with me, man. I can't think of it. What's the Darius? Thank you so much. I feel like something's wrong with there. I feel like something's wrong. And when it comes to Dylan Eller, I think something's wrong. Grandma said she was putting the dog up. One second here. And turned around to put the dog on a leash or something like that, and he's gone. That's not the way it works. Yeah, 38 seconds. I no. I just don't believe it. I mean, can kids get away from you quickly? Yes. All of our kids have gotten away from us for a second or so, right? Your heart drops and all of that. But if they're outside or something and you're going to hear something, right? Yeah, Julie. I know. I know. And I was thinking about Daniel and Malaya about, this is going to be the first Christmas without the kids. And that's going to be hard. Dylan's disappearance never made sense to me. Grandma says she turned her back for a moment. A child that size would not have gotten too far that fast. Yeah. And Dylan's dad, he misses his son. I think that's now just anger, and I don't think he's necessarily made some of the best decisions, in my opinion. I've spoken to him privately before, but I'll be honest with you, I would probably be a basket case as well. You know what I mean? Still not easier than. Yeah. I feel bad for him too, Mama Angel, because he's frustrated. He's frustrated looking for his son. Most of us get frustrated for looking for our car keys. Can you imagine a kid? You know what I mean? He is broken where the wind blows. He is broken. And I think some of that, some of the behaviors or whatever is just frustration, depression. And, it's unimaginable. Okay, guys. So, looking at some of these documents here, and sometimes I see things, I'm like, did I ever read that? Or do I got the memory of a goldfish? In this part, Daniel said he is trying to be completely truthful and tell police everything. That would set a red flag for me. Truthful people don't need to tell you they're being truthful. But, okay. But it's hard to remember everything exactly as it happened. Again, that's bull hockey, in my opinion. Complete bull hockey. If you've ever lost a loved one, guys, I've got the memory of a goldfish. I have limes, and about 5 years ago, I could barely talk for a year. My limes was so bad. Brain fog, everything. Both of my parents died unexpectedly. And I can remember everything. I can remember the day before, and I can remember everything about that day. Okay. With your kids, I would think that it would be even magnified, because truly the worst loss you can have in this life is a child. There's nothing that even comes close to it. Yep. Yep, Claudia. Mhm. Bless you. Hey, Ninchi. Good to see you, baby. Daniel said he's trying to completely be truthful and tell everything, but it's hard to remember everything exactly as it happened. Daniel said he is having a hard time because his whole family is gone. Now, I understand that your family is gone, but that still doesn't mean you can't speak. Um, and to get your family back, you would certainly want to be as best as you possibly could so the authorities can find the answers, right? Yeah, Barb, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's a club nobody wants to be in. Right? Right. I lost where was this? Not the children that claimed abuse. Well, yeah. Um, but what's interesting to me is Daniel, he can remember everything that makes him or paints him in a good light, right? He can anything that paints Daniel in a good light, right? And gives him the uh the math tell effect, he can remember. Anything that can blame Malaya at times, he can remember. Very much so. Very much so. There's one thing that I find very interesting, and Nietzsche, and notice this, especially with the kids that go missing. The dominant one in the family, it's usually the male, right? Their disposition. Daniel, right, thinks he is, Superman, you know, ego as the day is long. He tries to inflate himself. Actually, I think Daniel has to smoke something almost to get him out of his head to make him think that he's actually something. Look at Chris Proudfoot. Big ego, right? Big ego. Don Wells. Big ego. And what do you hear about all three of them? Red fire tempers, right? Red fire tempers. Can't accept fault for anything at all. Zero zilch nada. Zelda. Oh, baby. Oh, my God. I was on 30% oxygen for 5 days. I'm now having trouble remembering things and concentrating. So annoying. Oh my God, Zelda, I'm glad you're okay. Honey, bless your heart. Are you when was that? Is that now? I think Janie told Daniel he was her perfect baby for too long. She has coddled him his whole life, in my opinion. It makes me wonder, you know what I mean? Like, it makes me want, it was in 2021. Um, Zelda, I've heard people having talk, uh, one of my friends, like, she had the Rona and she was driving and it's like she just didn't hardly know where she was at. I knock on wood, I've never had the Rona where it like messed with my mind or anything, but it's definitely can happen. And especially if your oxygen's low, number two. But I've had it once where it messed with my smell. But it makes me wonder, Darlene, was Daniel really babied or is she making up for it? Mm, yeah, yeah, Nietzsche. Hmm. Yeah. What's really troubling, you think about the mama's boy, but then I think about Daniel, those text messages that he said about his girlfriend, that he has these fantasies that he wants to R her. And that has to come from somewhere, right? Where does that come from? What I want to know is the funds that they were living off. It seems like they weren't making much of any money with him only working with. Well, they got checks per month. Why not walk it? Like your screen name, by the way. Yes, Joyous, 1,000. Maybe Justin was a mama's boy, not Daniel. Maybe. Maybe they both were. YouTuber. What did YouTuber say? Tammy. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, babe. Appreciate it. It's just terrible. I have questions about Earl. Yeah, Nietzsche. Me too. Me too. First of all, can you imagine living can you imagine living in a home with Junkyard Janie and Earl? I need to create a name for Earl now. Earl Grey Tea. I don't know what I should call him. Can you can you imagine that? They both are very angry mother chickens, aren't they? They're very angry. Goodbye, Earl. Burl. We're not going to call him a pearl, that's for sure. Hurl. Hurley Earl. Earl the Pearl, king of the world. No offense to the pearls. Being a pearl. No pearl. No pearl was harmed in the making of this recording. Yeah. So who was close to Earl because Daniel doesn't even call him dad. Well, I can tell you this, Marie. Daniel, listen to this. Daniel specifically has not been talking to his dad much since, and I know this, know it 100 100. Daniel has not been talking to his dad a lot since specifically this has happened. I know. We was going to do one for Thanksgiving, but I don't know what happened, but something happened. Yeah, Adam, good to see you, hon. Now, so one thing that I think I'll tell you this. I don't think Earl has anything to do with it. I used to be like, oh, Earl over there. Oh, Earl over there. I don't think Earl has anything to do with it because I know some more things. But if I say them, Daniel will know where I got the information from. So there's just some things I can't say. But I think his dad questions him privately. I think his dad questions him privately, and that's why Daniel stays away. The only time Daniel contacts Earl is when he needs something. Promise. Promise, promise, promise. That's the only time Daniel contacts his dad. It's money or a car, generally, that he calls him for, which he wrecked Earl's car. Right? Daniel's a 30-some-year-old man. And he's wrecking cars like it's bumper cars. What's going on with him? Oh, he's such a user. Sarah, yeah. Let me tell you something. Like, as much as I give, Janie and them hell, that's what I've said. The way Daniel and Justin have their mother living out back in a fucking trailer, like an RV that's broke down with some tin around it and a tarp over the roof. I would work 5 jobs if my mother was in something like that. Seriously. I would not be able to sleep at night. Right? Like, and Janie resents him. She resents him for this. She does. Her life was simple before Daniel and Malia moved in. Same joyous. I would not be able to sleep at night. I mean, like, she doesn't even have like a real doorknob to her house. Maybe she was happy there. Okay. You can be happy in a broke down car. But I would rather cry in a new car. You can be, sad in a broke down car. But I'd rather cry in a Porsche. Just me. Just me. Right? I mean, I don't have a Porsche or anything like that, but I'm just saying, I'd rather cry in a Porsche. Okay? You know? It's just the truth. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, I'm sorry, but comfortable is a state of mind. Well, it's not about comfort. Let me tell you something. No, 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 no. There is no way anyone is comfortable in a dilapidated camper with a chimney coming out of the window. I mean, it's Nova Scotia, y'all. It's 26 degrees outside where I'm at right now. Right? I'm in the mid-Atlantic part of the United States. Like Nova Scotia in Canada gets cold. It's very dangerous. It's not, and you're taking my point there, Sarah. It's not about just being happy or anything like that, right? It's general safety. That's Justin's stripper pole. Where I'll work it. Oh, that thing right there, it's a rope. It's Remy's rope. Think about having to keep a fireplace 24/7. Listen, when I was a kid, I grew up poor, right? And we didn't have central air or a furnace or anything until I was probably 13 or 14 years old. We had a wood fire. That was it. And I would have to get up of the night and throw, a log on it, or sometimes it's not fun. A fireplace is nice, to set the scenery and all that stuff, right? And, it's good to keep you warm and stuff, but you don't have to do it, right? But now I probably wouldn't mind as much because I get up 900 times a night to pee. So it doesn't really matter for me anymore. Yeah, yeah. Same here, Justin. We lived on an island. Really, Brenda? I want to live on an island. As long as it's not Epstein's. Listen, I think a lot of people are probably going to go back to the wood stoves and stuff, as expensive as electric and gas is now. It's crazy. Okay. It's a late night stream, so we're more chill. But it says, when asked in detail about Friday morning, Daniel reiterated what he said in his earlier statements and providing the following further details. When Lilly was sticking her head in their room, so Lilly doesn't even actually come in their bedroom. Yeah, all my Australians and New Zealanders right now, they're all, well, and South America, right? Y'all are all in your summer right now. Kelly, welcome to the Pearl family, my dear. Really do appreciate it. Welcome. Well, welcome. Kelly, how you doing, girl? Really do appreciate you, my dear. Truly, thank you so much. There's a wood stove here in the cabin, but I'm nervous to light it. I never lit an inside fire before, only outside with gas. Girl, listen, light light it up because it's only going to be a fire or a really big fire. One way or the other, it's going to be a fire. So just light it up. Okay? You'll be warm either way. We go through 12 chords a winter. What are chords? I mean, I know what like a chord is, but is it something I'm missing? Wood chord? What's a wood chord? One is vertical and one is regular. It's a measurement? Oh, like a load of wood. Oh. Cord is a stack of wood, a way to measure like a huge bushel. I was this old today when I learned something new. 4 foot by 4 foot of logs. Oh. See, that's what we do here. There'll be like a guy sitting out with the truck and he'll be like, truckload of dry wood, $100. You know what I mean? Oh my God. I remember carrying wood as a kid. I grew up on a farm. 4 foot by 4 feet by 8 feet is one cord. People here sell it for like $100 to $150 for a truckload of wood. Pellet stoves are supposed to be way cheaper and give off good heat. A lot of people are buying they're buying the wood furnaces now. The wood furnaces. I don't know about that. 250 a cord for dried birch here. See, that's the pretty wood. That's what I call the pretty wood. Here it's not like we don't have like birch and stuff like that. It's like poplar and oak and maple. Like that's the type of wood mainly you're going to get here. My dad used to cut down trees and sell the wood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the way people make money, especially around like Christmas and stuff. Winter season, pine. Oh, see, we always were told not to burn pine, like it's dangerous to burn pine. Pellets, those work great and a lot cheaper. Yeah, yeah. I think the birch is. I like the birch. It's the pretty wood. But he says here, Daniel, in his second statement, he says, when Lilly was sticking her head out in her room, we could hear Jack in the kitchen in the background. Sorry, he could hear Jack in the background, kitchen in the background. He did not see him, but he was usually loud and clumsy, so it was easy to hear him. Isn't that weird? How he's always talking about how Jack is clumsy. Pine burns fast, soft woods, and no heat. Yeah, I like the smell of it. Kids are loud, but they stayed in bed, letting them fend for themselves. Yeah. Hmm. How loud and clumsy? Well, first off, he says here uh, that Lilly doesn't come in the bedroom, right? Doesn't come in the bedroom. Oh, same, Mama Bear. But I don't see Lilly just, I mean, first of all, why would a kid just come to the bedroom and just stick their head in and then go out for a little bit and then just come in and stick their head in again and then go? They kids want something. If they're coming to your bedroom, they're hungry, they're thirsty, they need something, they want something, they need attention, they need help, something. Yes, joyous. They're going to talk. They're going to talk. Now, he recently, oh, I agree, Marie. I mean, look how skinny those kids were. Yes. And the day before, they say that Malaya said that they came in their bedroom and you know, they all got up around 9 o'clock or something like that. And they made breakfast. Baby clumsy in baby clumsy the kitchen, child neglect much. Yeah. I mean, if your kid is clumsy, right? If your child is prone to clumsy, you're going to allow them in a kitchen? No, I don't either, Darlene. So Daniel says nothing moved. So is that a fishtail that he heard Jack allegedly? He was loud and clumsy, so it was easy to hear him. And then that's redacted. And then it says they like to eat and snack all the time and sometimes stash away food. Almost, I would say 65 to 70% of cases like this, you always hear the kid stashing food. It's very interesting. Or there is some food issue, like the parents are always bitching about. Yes, Joyous. Yeah, they like to. It says right in this document that they like to stash away food. It's hoarding, yeah. Because listen, kids learn quick. If the kitchen is always open, the kitchen is always open. If you never know the next time you're going to eat, it's just like a squirrel. They had their nuts, they had their food for a rainy day. Sebastian did the same thing because in Sebastian's case, there were cameras in the kitchen. and it had, the sensor, and it sent an alert to the phone, and he would be screamed at if he went in at the middle of the night and got something. I can't imagine. I wouldn't let my worst enemy be hungry. I wouldn't let a soul be hungry, ever. I don't care who you are. Daniel, Malaya, Don, Candace, any of them, I would feed you. Always. Nobody should be hungry. No soul on the planet should be hungry. Didn't Maddie Soto stash her food too? Yep. It's very common with abused kids. Very, very common. And then there's something redacted here, so it's very interesting. Because it's not a full sentence. They like to eat and snack all the time, and sometimes stash away food. Redacted. I wonder what that redaction says. Yes, thank you so much, Joyous. Please hit that thumbs up, guys, on this late night edition. And only the pantry and the fridge were open because I don't need tired folks cooking, falling asleep, and burning on. Absolutely, Karen. Listen, I mean, we have dinner, right? But if the kids get hungry later on, they wake up and they want something, go get it. I'm not going to question you. Go get it. It's a free world, man. Hey, Mick. How you doing, baby? Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hi there, beautiful people. I'm at work and wanted to say happy holidays, and I know you good job. Thank you, Mick Mac. So good to see you. Oh, you got Jack and Lilly on there. Bless your heart. You've been an OG for Jack and Lilly. I appreciate you so much, truly. Thank you so much, Mick Mac. Hopefully your shift goes by really, really quick. I pray. Love you, darling. Thank you so much for your support. I lived my younger life, part of my life, with a person claiming to be my mother that treated me and my siblings very similar to this. So I know how it is to be hungry and very scared as a child. It's a bad feeling. I wish your abs, Chris, could go on site, but it's not the right season for that. What's that mean? I wish you and Chris could go on site. Oh, like to Nova Scotia? Mm-hmm. Daniel said when he went out to look for the kids in the house and realized they weren't there, he went back into his bedroom to get dressed before going outside to look for them. I would have went out in my boxers. I would have went out in my boxers. I don't give a damn. Daniel confirmed the kids would not go out the front door because he had jammed a wrench or a bolt there to make sure the door didn't open. He said he does that most nights because there is a bear that used to hang around outside. That morning, he had to rip the door open to get out, and the metal piece fell off the floor. So he knew there was no way that could have gone out, that they had gone out that way. Now, I have a question about that. Okay, so he says he does that most nights, but this current morning, the door ripped. The door ripped because he had to do something. Is that a coincidence that it ripped that morning, or did something happen prior? Hey, Claudia. Right, Joyous. Okay. That he had jammed a wrench or a bolt in there. Okay, was it a wrench or a bolt, first of all? Was it a wrench or a bolt? Why would you say a wrench or a bolt? To me, I don't believe that happened. In there to make sure it didn't open. Mm, he said that most nights he did it because that, hold on, because there is a bear that used to hang around outside. So it doesn't hang around there anymore. It doesn't hang around anymore. Kelly, thank you so much, my dear. Oh, you upgraded. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Thank you, baby. It's very kind of you. Really, really appreciate that. You know what this makes me wonder? If Daniel locked everyone in the house sometimes. See, I don't think if Daniel went and got dressed before he went outside, he knew it was cold outside, right? So why would Jack and Lilly kids go out and stay outside in the cold? Exactly, Kathy. Even Daniel says they didn't like the cold. Once they got cold, they'd go back inside. Hmm. And Janie said they haven't seen any bears in a long time. Well, I will say I have seen a picture of a bear in their yard, in Daniel's yard. That is true. But I don't know why you would do the front yard or the front door when you didn't do the other doors. You didn't do the other doors. Some wonder if the outing Daniel's kids made just prior during the stay there inspired them to wonder. Oh, so when was this story made up? Why not walk up? So did Daniel supposedly take all the kids on a walk? He makes up so much shit once we call him out on it. It just makes him look more like a liar. Hiking, but left no footprints. Yeah, get right on that, right? He says there used to be a bear outside. That morning, he had to rip the door open to get out. Why did he have to rip it open that morning? And the metal piece fell on the floor. So he knew that there was no way that they could have gone that way. He took the car and went out to look. When he came back, the RCMP were there and told him not to go in the woods. By that time, his mom was there with his Uncle Ron, and he waited with them. There was a time when he was looking in the woods. He thought he heard a scream that sounded like Jack and Lilly. He stopped and stood still for a while, but the helicopter overhead was too loud and he didn't hear anything else. I would bet, like, if there was like Vanna White standing here and she was like, solve the puzzle, I would bet you $1 billion that that is a lie. $1 billion, if I had it, that that is a lie. Saying that he thought he heard Jack and Lilly, right? But he, this helicopter that was looking for Jack and Lilly came by and it was too loud. And you didn't report that, Daniel, until you do this interview? You didn't report that and say, I think I heard Jack and Lilly. Could y'all come over this way? You just waited until, you sat down with them for the next interview? I can't either, Mama Bear. He's repulsive. Because I don't know how anybody believes him. I mean, there are people that makes so many excuses for this man. So many excuses. Now get this. At one point on Friday before dark, he took a half an hour video on his phone of where he was searching. Half-hour video of where he was searching. Imagine that. Why would you do that? Daniel, you said you wasn't ever on your phone. He also sent that half an hour video to Malaya, by the way. It was a steep part of a hill, and he does not think Jack or Lilly could have gone up that way. Then why the fuck was you searching it? Why was you searching a place and taking video of it if you don't think Jack or Lilly could have gone up there? He was using the flashlight on his phone to try and see in culverts, but he didn't see anything in the water. Daniel, you said you didn't ever take the phone when you were searching. Dum-dum. You said you didn't take the phone when you was searching. Like your mother Janie. He'll watch a spinner. Come here, Daniel. We're going to clean those dirty ass underwear of yours, you nasty ass kid. God, Justin was such a better kid than you. Sound like Marge Simpson. Mr. Waist Deep in the water without a phone. I know, right? How could he be in the waist deep water if he had his phone? I don't believe he was ever in waist deep water unless it was that night, right? You piece of garbage. You piece of garbage, Daniel. He never took a cell. That's what he says. But here, my God, he was freaking lights, camera, action. He's videotaping the woods, his excursion. He didn't, his words, he didn't even get a thank you because he was out searching. He could have fell and hit his head. That's his words, by the way. I can show you the text if you would like. Never mind Jack and Lilly could have fell and hit their head or fell in a hole or the water, anything. And if they got out on their own accord, that's what happened. Because you won't convince me someone in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, with a population of 150, and that's when the family's visiting from out of town, someone there picked up the kid. Ooh, I like that one. He's a glory hog. Joyous. I'm going to use that. I'm screenshotting it right now. Glory hog for Daniel's glory holes. There we go. I never someone called him out on that presentation. He said was friend tracker friend, GPC or whatever it's called. What are we talking about, Darlene? It was absolutely ridiculous. He can't be serious. Who are we talking about? Say my name. Say my name. Who are we talking about? You can mention the creators. I'm asking. Did Malaya just go to bed before the kids? Maybe that is why she knew they were wearing the same clothes. Well, Malaya said she brushed the teeth, unlike Daniel doesn't. Oh, Marie. I'm just going to be kind. I'm just going to be kind. I don't know. I don't know Brody's. I don't know. I've pretty much always agreed with him, except on lately. I agreed with him on Brian Kohlberger. I absolutely always thought it was Brian Kohlberger. But not with this and summer. Okay. But this is what he says. He was using the flashlight on his phone to try and see in culverts, but he didn't see anything in the water. I find that interesting. The culverts. But he didn't see anything in the water. Now, most of the time, culverts don't have a lot of water running through it. They might have a little water running through it, but it's... Where are these culverts Daniel's talking about? Oh my God. Claudia, I'm sorry. I do, Brenda, but I understand what you're saying. Absolutely. I believe there was a lot of delays. Those kids, in my opinion, again, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I don't think they was autistic for a second. Neither one of them. I think they were neglected. And look at these kids. Look at Jake Harrow. 2 of the kids were special needs because of the abuse that they received. These kids, they didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn nutritionally. They didn't give a damn physically. They didn't give a damn emotionally. They didn't give a damn in their education. They didn't give a damn. If their pipe wasn't hot, they didn't give a damn. It's really that simple. Okay. I'm going to play something. I'm going to go tinkle and I will be right back. Daniel, in this interview, he's going to start out by saying, I know the truth. You do know the truth, Daniel, but you're not speaking it, in my opinion. I'll be right back, guys. Maybe.
I didn't kill Lilly and Jack. I know the truth. I didn't kill Lilly and Jack.
It's been 6 weeks now since you've seen Lilly and Jack. I just want to ask, how are you holding up?
It's been a long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanting to know like what happened. It's been from sadness to anger at this point. And I know the RCMP and major crimes are working around the clock trying to piece everything together. And I'm grateful for that. But it always leaves the question, 6 weeks has gone by, and we know at this point they're not in the woods. And where are they?
Did you feel in the beginning that they suspected you?
Of course. The stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
You felt that from the beginning?
Yeah.
But you don't feel that now?
No, I don't feel that at all. I asked for the lie detector exam, the polygraph exam. I gave them my phone. I told them I do drug tests because there's a lot of rumors online about a drug party. Mm-hmm. I know the person that said those rumors, and it was just to take the heat off themselves.
Was there any kind of party?
No.
Was there any kind of gathering that someone might have thought was a party?
No.
There were no people at the house?
No. Not the night before.
Okay, you mentioned you offered to take a polygraph test.
Yeah.
Did the RCMP take you up on that?
Yes, it did.
And how did that unfold?
That unfolded in my favor. They obviously know I wasn't lying about anything.
So they said, "Yep, great, thank you. Come in for a polygraph test."
Yeah, it took a little while to set up. And
when did you do that test?
I don't know the exact date, but that would be at least 3 weeks ago, probably.
So roughly 3 weeks after the disappearance.
Basically,
and I think
if Daniel says up, go down. If he says yes, say no. If he says he doesn't know, he does. And by the way, which I find this interesting. Seawood, Daniel, he went to a lot of people's houses, and a lot of people went to their house, his buddies. They always hung out. I believe that person, the neighbor, that saw a bunch of cars there. And he says, not the day before. Absolutely do. Karen Collins, welcome to the Pearl family. Welcome, dear. How you doing? Thank you so very much for your support, my dear. Y'all welcome Karen Collins 2661 as our newest Pearl member. I wonder if the RCMP are setting any traps, so to speak. Well, the Brodies, so I believe the RCMP is saying one thing to the public and doing something different behind the scenes. Because Daniel said 2 of them accused him of doing something to Lilly and Jack. Malaya's family accuses him of doing something to Lilly and Jack. And he constantly lies. So, where was it?
I know the person that
Oh, right here. Here it is.
the polygraph exam.
That they suspected you?
Of course, the stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
You felt that from the beginning,
Yeah.
but you don't feel that now.
No, I don't feel that at all. I asked for the lie detector exam, the polygraph exam. I gave them my phone. I told them I do drug tests because there's a lot of rumors online about a drug party.
He denies. He denies that he has done, drugs, right before Jack and Lilly went missing. He also denied that, and he brought it up himself, just like he brought this up himself. He denied that he doesn't go under different screen names when we 100% caught him under a different screen name, but he thought he was posting under his normal screen name. Do you remember that? I've got it here somewhere. I can dig it up and show you. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Do I got it? Let me see if I can find it. 1 second.
I know the person that said those rumors, and it was just to take the heat off themselves.
Was there any kind of party?
No.
Was there any kind of gathering that someone might have thought was a party?
No.
There were no people at the house?
No. Not the night before.
Okay, you mentioned you offered to take a polygraph test.
Yeah.
Did the RCMP take you up on that?
Yes, it did.
And how did that unfold?
That unfolded in my favor. They obviously know I wasn't lying about anything.
So they said, "Yep, great, thank you. Come in for a polygraph test."
Yeah, it took a little while to set up. And
when did you do that test?
I don't know the exact date, but that would be at least 3 weeks ago, probably.
So roughly 3 weeks after the disappearance.
Yeah.
And I think most Canadians wouldn't have any idea what's involved with that. Can you describe the process? You go in and just tell us right from the start.
We go in, sit down in a big comfy chair, and they have multiple sensory pads. You have them underneath your forearms, you have them underneath your butt, and you have them underneath your feet with your shoes off. You have a sweat gland on one finger. You have a measuring instrument for blood flow that goes in and out of your hand. And you have a cuff on your arm for blood pressure to measure your pulse.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was extremely nervous.
He went under a woman's name named Courtney Madonna. No, I know who Ron Mexico is. It's not Daniel, but it's someone close to Daniel. I'll say that. But Daniel, do you truly have no shame? Do you? You said directly to an interviewer that you had no other fake screen names. The truth always comes out, and you just exposed yourself, Courtney Madonna, except you thought it was an actual uh, legit screen name. God is bringing it all to light. And he put here, Courtney Madonna. I want to make this fully known. Don't play the intentions I have toward finding them safely. I talk openly without recourse. If you don't approve, just read. I've delivered everything ongoing to the public, and it means finding them. I'm the one that asked for polygraph exams first. I thought I gave investigators my phone and said, take it. I released the pink blanket to the public. I released that me and the family were seen on CCTV the day prior. I released the polygraph results. I still continue to inform the public. The perspective is one's to choose. I do the interviews and talk openly because there is no other choice. I do it for Lilly and Jack because I should. If you look closely, it's either me or Belinda raising the only awareness no others effing will. They don't have the willpower to stand up and raise awareness for them, for what we all want. Reputation means nothing. There's nothing left. My life has been on effing full display for the world to either support or commence destruction. But by attacking me, you're attacking the closest voice they have. That, well, yeah, it's me. But he's saying because we criticize him, we're criticizing the closest voice. Bullshit. Bullshit. Says the ones that always has black eyes. That I believe you gave, in my opinion. But by attacking me, you're attacking the closest voice they have. I see the truth just like everyone in this group. If you support me, you support finding Lilly and Jack. If you don't want to support me, then continue on the warpath you have chosen. Guess what, Daniel? War. Chugga chugga choo choo, motherfucker. Don't attack individuals that support me because they have different perspectives than your own. It's foolish and arrogant, says the one that attacks everyone, which I am sometimes. I admit that. Everyone has a big heart and we all want the same outcome and to find Jack and Lilly safely. So there's more to it, but he was exposed right there. He exposed himself. He exposed himself right there. And that shows you that he wants to deceive you. That shows you right there that man wants to deceive you and me. Hey, Nick, good to see you, honey. Straight up gaslighting. But not only that, he says this.
Square inch, and that's when.
Sure, advise them, or what? Did
Yeah,
you
I
say?
gave them like any to do anywhere. You know, they did inside the house. They did, I mean, everywhere. Vehicles. They did everything they could. in the amount of time that they were given to do it.
So what did they search when they came inside?
Dogs hate it. Same with all the property. They were
Let me see.
doing is cooperating, and to see that.
Let me find the part where he says it. Let's see here. Right here. Listen to this.
Them, they don't ever come to me. It's just like I have to contact them. I have to go to them, and it's been like that for a little while now, because I've given them so many leads, and there's only so much I can do. I was told not to pursue any leads, so I'm not the one who's going to be going out there investigating.
Why do you pursue leads? Because you're still out there talking to people and finding out new details.
By pursuing leads, they mean if I have a lead, I don't track it down in person. But yeah, like I'm still open to talk to the public. I have no fake accounts. I don't have anything that would be not under my name. Like I go fully into every comment with my name present. So I have nothing to hide. People are free to message me whenever, and people are free to discuss anything they want with me. Any angle, any perspective that they have, I'm open to it. And I will pass it along to investigators if it's a solid perspective. Every tip matters. All 800 and almost 900 of them matter.
Do you find that engaging helps for you?
It doesn't help me mentally, that's for sure, but I still do it. I'm basically desensitized to all judgment at this point.
Notice how he is the one that brought up, I'm not the one that, I'm the one that goes under my screen name. I don't go under any other screen names.
I don't have open to talk to the public. I have no fake accounts.
He brings it up.
I don't have anything that would be not under my name.
He brings it up. Daniel. Yeah. It's Jumanji time, Daniel. Yes. It's the exact opposite. I just want to. That's what I want to do. I think she knows what happened. I'm not sure she knows where they're at. She might know where they're at, or where they're placed, I should say. But Daniel knows it all, in my opinion, from what happened to where they were placed. I had an interesting thought about him the other day when I watched a video of her from years ago before the children were born. She reminded me of my daughter who has functioning autism. I think Malaya's just fucking lazy. That's what I think Malaya is. She wants everyone to do everything for her like she's a little girl. Her mom still waits on her hand and foot. She just throws shit in the floor. And her mom comes and picks it up. She doesn't. You think Malaya had a hard life? I don't. I don't think she had. She might have had hard times, but I don't think she had an exceptionally hard life. Now, all right. When Daniel says this right here, he brings it up on his own, by the way.
And we know at this point they're not in the woods. And where are they?
Did you
We don't know that they're not in the woods. I mean, Daniel was 100% sure, but we didn't know.
feel in the beginning that they suspected you?
Of course. The stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
You felt that from the beginning,
Yeah.
but you don't feel that now.
It's not just the stepfather that's prime suspect. It's anybody in the house. Why did the mother lose Meadow? Well, they both lost custody as soon as they got there, as soon as RCMP did a call. As soon as they got there, I guess they saw some things, and they gave temporary guardianship to Malaya's mom. Malaya was allowed to be around Meadow, but then she took Meadow and wasn't supposed to, out by herself, and they came and got her. Yep. Oh, I love you, Lean on Me. You're so sweet, honey. God bless you for that. And that's the thing. Most of us that are, we want it better than we had it, right? We don't want to make the same mistakes we thought our parents made with us. Why did Cindy send Malaya to Patty? You mean like in the past? Malaya talked horrible about her mother. I've got old Facebook messages of Malaya talking horrible about Cindy. Saying that she was a bad, evil person, and it was something about her horse as well, like she unalived or abused a horse. I think Malaya just never grew up. He's posted pretty recently. Exactly, Faye. I mean, the thing about it is like if your kids are missing, you're not worried about how the public sees you. You might not like it, but you're not there to convince the public, right? I would say, all right, you don't believe me. All right, let's just find Jack or Lilly. And that way, once we find them, you're going to know what happened to them. Okay? And then I'll prove your ass wrong. Okay? He doesn't do this for Jack or Lilly. That's what he says. I don't believe that for a second. Daniel does this for Daniel. That's all. Daniel does this for Daniel. That's all. Another point I want to make, I'm in PEI next to Nova Scotia, and our CP legislation has a pretty short window time-wise for having your child apprehended and in the director's care. It was his workmate and friend that I believe he was getting dope from, in my opinion. And I couldn't look because Malaya's profile is set to private. What's that, Marie? You have no idea who is. What am I missing? What did Marie say? Yes, that's what it was, Marie. Yep, I've got the text message. She said she kicked my horse and she's not a good person and all this stuff. Putting that out on social media. That's all he's doing, Ellie. That's it. Darlene, I think it was a rug pickup because of a few reasons, in my opinion. Number one, this person does rugs that met him. Number two, the person that said that they saw Daniel that day gave a big time difference. He said like 11 or 11:30 in the morning. It was like closer to 2. I think he said that because of what they were doing, in my opinion. Also, this person said he sees Meadow that day and he hears kids in the car. Right? A couple things. If this person saw Meadow but didn't see Jack or Lilly but heard Jack and Lilly, well, this means, in my opinion, that Daniel had Meadow in his arms and went to the car. And you know what they do with the car? They switch it out, right? So there's that. Number 2, he said he could hear Jack or Lilly. That means Jack or Lilly was never quiet. They weren't quiet. The only time they were quiet was when they was asleep, like most kids their age. Yes, they did. Yep. Or was that week or a day or so before? But, which means at the very least, Janie should have heard them and looked out. She said she heard them, but out of all the mornings, she didn't look out. But she always said when she heard or saw Jack or Lilly outside, she always called Malaya and told them the kids were outside. but not this morning. They was all dozing in and out of sleep, which is the top 20 red flags for the FBI. I think I went over that list the other day. People saying they're asleep or dozing in and out at certain times. Remember, they're all asleep at the most important times, but they're also, dozing out enough to hear, enough to prop up their alibi. Very convenient. How anyone can make excuses for Daniel and Malaya is beyond me. I think that they absolutely know what happened to Jack and Lilly, in my opinion. And let's say the kids just walked out and they just haven't been found for whatever reason. Nobody took them. They just haven't been found. I still think they're horrible people. I still think they are neglectful parents that didn't give a shit. I've always said in this case, the best circumstance is that these kids were just neglected. And the parents were just in bed, knew that they were out there, knew what was, going on and all this, and didn't get their asses up to tend to their kids, who they say was sick, having 3 children under the age of 6, sleeping till, close to 10 o'clock in the morning. Right. And got outside. And then Janie always calls Malaya, it's in the documents, and tells Malaya the kids are outside. So they got past another person. Let's just say that they, got out. They were neglected at best. They were, in my opinion, malnourished. They didn't get to go to school, not because they have a low immune system. It's because, in my opinion, probably that these parents didn't get their own asses up of the morning. They didn't have their own discipline. I'm not a morning person. Not a morning person. But let me tell you something. You become a morning person, whether you like it or not, when you're a parent. You become one because that's the thing to do. They weren't, they essentially missed over 1/4 of the school year. 1/4 of the school year, 40 some days. Now, kids do get sick. That is true. But they're not sick every single week. And again, you don't keep a kid home for a cough. You just don't. If a kid has a fever, that is something you keep them home for. If they have vomiting, that is something you keep them home for. If they have diarrhea, that is something you keep them home for. Because things can go really bad really quickly when those things happen. And they're also contagious, most likely with those. It absolutely does. I think the best meal that they got probably in the 2 years or so, two or 3 years that Belinda didn't see them, probably the best meal that they got in that 3 years was at school. I don't think Malaya cooked, hardly ever. From what I'm told, they pretty much went out every day to eat. I heard Daniel knew one of the people at the restaurants, and they would give them food as well. Yep. Same Dreamcatcher. Same. Are there caves up there or mines? Yes. Yes, both. Their microwave was sitting on their stove. Really crazy book. Mm. Yeah. You can tell they were malnourished by their Christmas pic when 3 kids look at Jack's nails, not Lily's. Hers are dirty. Look at Jack's fingers. That shows you the extent. I know, it's very sad. I mean, you can't have a good immune system if you don't have nutrition. Night, Leslie. That's right, Mama Bear. You're a morning, noon, and night person when you're a parent. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Especially when they're little. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Damn, it's almost 2:00. I guess I need to go as well. I didn't know it was almost 2:00. Well, guys, make sure you're subbed up to my Justin for All channel. Are you guys subbed up to my Justin for All channel? That's my old channel, but I'm going to be on it. It's more of my life channel. Thank you, Joyous. I'm so surprised you're up, Joyous. I am so surprised you're up. Okay, thank you guys. They claim school discouraged coughing kids from going to school. Me too. Yeah. I don't now. There was whooping cough going around in that school, Pertessa, at that time. Whooping cough can be dangerous, but remember, they were off almost all week. They were off almost all week. They were off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I like that as well. Anything on Brother Justin and the Mystery Dog. That's a hard one, Linda, because nobody talks around Justin. I know we want to know more. Again, I believe Janie and Justin know. I don't think Earl does. I believe Malaya's mother knows. I don't think Malaya's stepdad knows, but I knows he's seen a lot. Why keep Jack home? Exactly. Well, why not take him to the doctor? I mean, and this is the thing. Like, they weren't taking them to the doctor Thursday, right? But they were driving, taking them in and out of the stores, Walmart, Dollaramas, everywhere. So tell me, if you can go all over town and all of that with the kid, with, you're not taking them to the doctor, why couldn't they have went to school? Yeah. You too, Ellen Violet. Way too many. Yeah. Every time I hear the name Earl, I think of that song, Micmac, Dixie Chicks. I mean, I think that song came out in 1999 or 1998. And I remember singing the hell out of it. Yeah. I mean, if they're sick enough to stay at home, they're sick enough, especially 2 days, to go to the doctor. Then if they're, they're going all over town, then they can go to school. So here, miss 40 days, your ass is grass. I think they didn't send them because they were going to be out running all day and didn't want to come home to get them off the bus. I think it got particularly probably December of 2024, when CPS was there, things changed in that family. Like, it was during the wintertime, it was getting bad there. CPS was there in December 2024. In January of 2025, the next month, Malia's asking them to get a U-Haul, and their family's coming to get her, and then she backs out. Yep. Stay up all night, sleep all day, in my opinion. Yep. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. I guess you have to do vaccinations there for public schools. I don't know. It might be different. It's another country, so. Yep. Yep. I think they can miss, like, for a semester here. 4. Something like that's not much. In the United States, you have to have your kids vaccinated. Public schools here, they have to be vaccinated. I mean, there are some ways around it, I guess you can say. But you can say if it's religious, maybe. I don't know, but you pretty much have to. Unless they have IEPs or some accommodations they can miss. But that would include doctor visits and documentation. Yeah, that's different. I mean, as long as you have if you're on doctor's order, nobody can stop that, right? I mean, like if you have a doctor's excuse to say you were seen by a doctor, well, it is what it is. It's like, unexcused absence. Like kids can they can miss for like 3 or 4 days, I think, a semester for like parental notes. You can do it for religious reasons. You gotta have like your minister or your religious leader fill out something. Or then doctor note. Yeah, I figured, yeah. All right, guys, we gotta go to bed. Love you all. Appreciate you. It's still snowing here. We were already on a 2-hour delay earlier, so probably won't even be. My son had abdominal migraines. I'm sorry, Webs. Yeah. What's abdominal migraines? Darlene, I mean, I am not a non-vaxxer. I am a vaxxer for my kids, but I spread mine with all my kids. I spread them out. I delayed them. I delayed them. And that's the kind of the thing I was like, I think sometimes it's too much all at once, because there can be like 7 vaccines and 1 little baby. So I didn't want to risk it, so we delayed it a little bit, is how we did it. My pediatrician kind of argued with me on it. It's like, oh, nothing to be, and all that. And I was like, well, this is the way it's going to be. We're going to do it this way, or we're not going to do it at all. So, and my pediatrician is a friend of ours, so I talk to him like that. Stormy, snowy here too. Feels like minus 25 Celsius. Hope Janie isn't putting in her pool tonight, right? Yeah, there wasn't See, like now there's like chicken, kids don't get chicken pox anymore. Hey, Mohawk. When we were kids, we were ate up with chicken pox. I had a scab over my eye, like right here when I was a kid. You did the same thing, Linda. Yeah. Meningitis is very important. Yeah. But, Mama Bear, see, when I started working in the funeral home, I had to get a lot of vaccinations before I could even work in the funeral home. And then I had to get, boosters on top of that and all the hepatitis and all that shit. I always say I have more vaccinations than my dog. Yeah. Yeah. And let me tell you something. Listen, get your child as HPV. It is so important. That is one. HPV, get it, and get it as quick as you can. The HPV. There wasn't HPV vaccinations when we were kids. Yes, and it is so important. So important. I'm so glad kids have the HPV vaccination now because we didn't have that. And like 70% of us have HPV or more, maybe even more than that. My son was actually given HPV instead of pox. It crashed his immune system. Never heard of that. Wow. The go vaccine. Now that one, Dreamcatcher, I don't want to get into it. That one was rushed, and people still got it. That's the thing. It's kind of like the flu shot. They're just giving you last year's virus and really guessing I'm talking about like legit vaccinations, in my opinion. Well, like 70. Hold on. How much of the 85% of us have HPV. 85%. I just checked the statistics. Yeah. You get it at some point in your lives. Most of the time it goes away. But sometimes it doesn't. It's not like doesn't mean you're like it's not like you got the gonorrhea syphilitis or anything like that. It's just one of those things. Yeah. Yeah. I had a patch of shingles when I was like 19 or 20 years old. Doctor was like, that is so rare. It was just like this on my back, about like the size of a quarter on my back. And that was it. Pray I never get it again. It didn't really hurt. Well, yeah, HPV can turn into, it can give you, female cancers. It can give you throat cancers, that kind of thing. Yeah. I think they did, Faye. I really do. I think they did make it home, but I'm almost certain they made it home, actually. Yeah, and the precancer is an HPV. I'm not a doctor related, but I have to say that. Yep. Yep. All right, guys. Good night, everyone. God bless you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me till 2:10 a.m. in the morning on the East Coast of the United States. Good night, guys.